So I saw one of my mutuals, and they were doing like a redesign of like the main 6, and I could do that, but I don't have like time, so I kind of just want to share like my headcanons, and then maybe go into a relationship. I brought up the poly meal. I'm sure some people are very familiar with the poly meal, but like yeah, I'll show you later. But like first of all, like the main 6 in terms of headcanons, I feel like since the particular character that I saw a redesign of was Twilight, I'm gonna start with Twilight. I think so. Twilight to me, like they're all autistic. All of them are autistic. You cannot fight with me or argue. And also like besides Fluttershy's sexuality, anything with Fluttershy, it's just I relate to the shy. Actually, no, we're gonna start with Fluttershy because I relate to Shy Horse because like so besides like sexuality, because that's the only thing that difference between me and Shy Horse. Everything I say about Shy Horse, don't argue with me when it comes to like canonicality. I'm not coming from canonic stuff. I'm coming from, this is my projecting character. I project a lot to my character. I'm really close to this character. This character is basically me. So all headcanons I have for this character is just me. So Fluttershy. Fluttershy is transmask. is transmask. How? Is he a man? I don't know. Am I a man? I don't know. Man aligned. I'm masculine aligned. I know that. And so Fluttershy is masculine aligned. I'm yeah. Autistic, ADHD, dyslexia, some sort of tic disorder, obviously anxiety. I had an argument with that, which is just like, I'm not gonna rehash that, but what I will say, but I will say you can't argue with physical symptoms, because besides a panic attack, all physical symptoms is like maybe like chest compressions or like heart racing. You can't see that. So yeah. Fluttershy has anxiety. She canonically has a panic attack. Like, even if you don't think she has anxiety, canonically panic attack. So yeah. Fluttershy, and then Pinkie Pie, who is like my second favorite pony. Agender, doesn't really care. Very apathetic about how you would like to be called it, but would understand why certain ponies would be uncomfortable with calling it, and is fine with like she, her, just does not think about gender, empathy, like nah. Pan-romantic, asexual. Oh, I forgot Fluttershy. Fluttershy is demisexual, pan-romantic, and they're both polyamorous. Pinkie Pie is pan-romantic, asexual, but sex-favorable. Like, she might enjoy the feeling, and she would do it to make her partners happy, but doesn't feel any attraction. So yeah. Also autistic, and also tic disorder, kind of canon. You cannot convince me that her Pinkie sense is not just tics that can tell the future. So yeah. So she kind of sort of already has canonical tics. So yeah. Then we're gonna go with Twilight, because like she's the main character. He's the main character. I had gotten Twilight to be like transmask, a trans man, an egg for most of the show, which is like very interesting, because I will just say right now, all of the main 6 are trans. All of them. And like very masculine aligned, and like also just like Spike. Spike is genderqueer. Just like very, very, just like the entire time, just egg, and all the friends are just like like very obviously an egg, but they don't want to like hurt him, but they're just like waiting to be like, and then you act very surprised when he comes out to them, but like secretly they're just like, oh, finally. He knows himself. Yeah, also polyamorous, autistic, OCD. I also think Fluttershy might have OCD, but again, that's because I have OCD. I'm not going to talk about what I think Fluttershy's OCD would be, because I don't want to talk about my own OCD. Though I will say a lot of my intrusive thoughts are sexual in nature, because my brain's just like, oh, you don't like sex? Let's give you intrusive thoughts about sex. And it's like, no! So, yeah. At Twilight, more of like things being sort of like my OC, it's just like things being done right, things needing to be done, because that's also like a thing with like me. It's just like things have to be finished. Like, if that makes sense. Like, if I saw something, I can't stop it. Things have to finish. Like, I'm not explaining this right, but like, yeah, that's my OCD experience. But I also do think that she does have like some sort of like memory problems because of like how rigid she is with like the schedules and shit. But I also like I kind of had canon that something bad happened in Magic Kindergarten. Like my current headcanon is that like she had like a really bad teacher who would like, obviously this teacher would get fired, but like hurt the children, like physically, emotionally, hurt the children, like be not great to the children, especially if they were late, which is why she has like a big thing with tardiness, because, and that leading back to like Magic Kindergarten. And yeah, Rarity, autistic, obviously they're all autistic. I also feel like Rarity might have OCD. I don't know why, that just like came something. Darkness, Rarity might have like ED. I don't like to think about her having no ED, but I read this fic where she had ED and it made too much sense, and I hate it, and I wish my brain would just let it go, but it can't. So yeah, Rarity, ED, Rainbow Dash. Oh, Twilight. I forgot to mention Twilight. Twilight has two different conditions. One is where like her body is overproducing magic when it's not being used, meaning that she's not actively using magic. She's in pain. She's in pain. And another one where like her horn is like crooked or like something. There's like some sort of like damage to her horn, making it so using magic, she's in pain. So she's just in pain. So she just deals with chronic pain. Rainbow Dash, I feel like has the same like overpowering magic condition, because also narcolepsy. I feel like that's why she's flying so much, because she needs to use her magic, or else she's not in pain. That being said, I do feel like it did help a lot with Twilight when she became an Alcon, because she had ways to relieve the mat. So she has ways to relieve pain that does not cause more pain by being able to use like her Earth Pony and Unicorn magic, Earth Pony and Pegasi magic. Because Alcons have all three types of magic. We have been over this. This is canon. Also, all three types have magic. This is canon. So yeah, Rainbow Dash has that, which is why she's like flying. And like whenever we see her in trees, we always see her with like pillows, and that may look like a normal pillow, but I actually think that she might be sleeping with like a cloud pillow, because for Pegasi, just being in contact with clouds is them using their magic. So whenever she's like, so whenever she's sleeping in trees, she has like a cloud pillow to like relieve the pain, relieve her magic, and yeah. Also, I feel like Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash would both be death. Applejack. For some reason, I'm getting blind vibes. Also, Rarity's a trans woman. Rainbow Dash is also a trans woman, and Applejack is gender fluid, and Big Mac is the only living cisgender member of the Apple family, because Apple is a little trans filly. Granny Smith is a transgender lesbian who had a wife. She has passed from old age, but she had a wife, and she had 2 kids with her wife. Trans. Even though I do think like magically I can go into a whole separate topic about like how I think transness and magic and conception would work in this magical pony world. And I also do not think Equestria has like transphobia or homophobia. Like, I'm not saying this is a perfect world with no bigotry. I just don't think that's the type of bigotry that would exist. Like, maybe ableism exists, but not transphobia or homophobia. Because I feel like the root of that is like people think it's unnatural, but when they have magic, I don't feel like that's an argument. So yeah, I don't think that's the type of bigotry that exists. And yeah, I for some reason my brain thinks Applejack might be a little blind. I also have a headcanon that when she was really little at like a family reunion, she might have like tripped and like fell face first into the thing that they were boiling water. This happened 2 seconds, and they were just like, oh my god, Applejack, and like rushed her to the hospital. But now like she doesn't have an eye there and like skin graft and like stuff. I really need to redesign the main stick. I won't be able to properly like I might have to do like double side for like Applejack. You know what's good? I'm gonna get out of cosplay and start trying. But like, yeah, this is gonna be like story ramblings and shit for like horses and stuff. I need to find a space for like drawing. Yeah.